Hi there, my name is Rianne, and today I am joined by Jeminee, who is a style expert. I know all of us love to look and feel great, so I'm super excited for this podcast. I know that our listeners will be as well. So, Jeminee, if you could introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Rianne, for having me here. My name's Jeminee, and I'm a stylist. And I love to help women to look and feel like the best version of themselves every single day. And it's more than clothes for me. It's about the confidence you feel when you're wearing clothes that really make you look and feel like the best version of you.
Amazing. And yeah, as you say, all of us love to feel confident, and sometimes it is just those little tweaks. So, what actually inspired you to get into fashion in the first place?
So I would say my first memory of fashion or enjoying and being inspired by fashion was when my gran made me my first dress when I was 3 years old, and she was a seamstress herself, so she made me this beautiful dress, and she said to me, Gem, this is the only one in the world and it's made especially for you. And I remember standing with my family and friends all around me and wearing that dress and just feeling like so special. And that was the moment I realized the power of clothes and how it can just transform the way you feel about yourself. And it's not just about, a lot of people think it's just about aesthetics and looking good, but actually it's about feeling good as well. And you're not doing it for anyone else, it's for yourself, 100% for yourself.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you for that. And how has your journey kind of progressed over the years from like when you were younger to where you are now?
Okay, so it's a long time. Yeah, so I studied fashion at university, and I did a degree in fashion, and I worked for Louis Vuitton in Paris. I designed accessories, the jewelry for them, and then I worked for Selfridges for several years, working in Hong Kong, China, and Delhi. So I traveled a lot, and I really enjoyed it. I loved working in fashion and every day getting dressed up. It was amazing. But my vision and goal was always to set up my own business. So I decided at 29 that I should give that a go. Otherwise, if I don't do it, then I'll never do it. So I decided to set up my own jewelry business. And then I met my husband, and then shortly after, I fell pregnant with my first child, and shortly after that, I fell pregnant with my second child. So I only have a 14-month gap between my children. And because I had my children so close together, my body didn't have time to just pop back into shape. And we're so used to seeing celebrities just popping back into shape and getting back into their jeans and their normal clothes, and it just didn't happen for me. So I really felt like there was something wrong, and I kept crying all the time, and I didn't know why. And I thought, I should be the happiest person, like, I've ticked the boxes. I'm married, got 2 kids, happy, healthy children. But I just kept crying, and I just didn't know why. And then my best friend was a psychiatrist, and she said to me, Gem, it sounds like you're going through postnatal depression. And the underlying cause of that is loss of identity. And I really resonated with that, because I just didn't identify with who I was anymore. I was wearing my husband's clothes, like, because nothing fit me. I had baby sick in my hair, and I just didn't look and feel like myself. And she said, look, what made you feel good about the old Jeminee? And I said, well, just dressing up every day, it made me feel really confident. It made me feel unstoppable. It made me feel like I could be, do, or have anything I wanted. And it was, dressing up was almost like armor for me. It was really like I was unstoppable and I could do anything. So because that was kind of taken away, because nothing fit me, I just didn't know who I was anymore. And she said, well, why don't you just shop for your new body shape? and I thought, oh my God, yes, that's what I need to do. So I went shopping, bought some clothes for my new body shape, got dressed up the next day, and met the other mums. And they were all like, wow, Jem, you look amazing. Have you lost weight? And I said, no, I saw you about 2 days ago. I haven't lost weight. But they said, wow, you look so good. I could really do with a confidence boost. Could you please take me shopping? And all of them were literally begging me to take them shopping. And I thought, oh my God, I could really help so many women with their confidence. And that's when Stylist Academy was born. And I thought, you know what, this is what I want to do and help as many. I also help men, but predominantly my clients are women, to help them look and feel like the best version of themselves. And even though I had a degree in fashion and the experience in fashion, I still went back to London College of Fashion to study image consulting and personal styling so that I could deliver exceptional service to all my clients.
That's amazing. And I love that you actually went back to continue your studies after, so you could provide that exceptional service to those that you are working with. And I always find it intriguing to hear, as I'm kind of getting to an age where you kind of start thinking about at some point you're going to have a family, like you said, like what's going to happen to that, to you afterwards, where you have one identity and then you're kind of shifting into a new identity. I can imagine this is probably similar for a lot of people. And are there any tips that you would give to someone kind of thinking about starting a family to ensure that they're kind of set up for that change and like preparing themselves for the bodily changes that might occur, and just making sure that they transition nicely into still feeling really confident in who they are as a person? Like, is there anything that you wish you had known before that would help other people in that?
Yes, I think it's a very personal journey for everyone, and it depends on what's really important to you. But I think one of the most important things is, I think we, especially as a South Asian woman, our mums and our grandmas and everything are always kind of taught us that you have to be selfless, and your children come first, your husband comes first, and we're kind of somewhere at the bottom of the pile, which I think is quite awful. We are really important, equally as important as everyone else. So self-care is really important. And you may, once you've got like a baby and they're screaming and you're like, yeah, how am I going to have self-care? But I think balancing the roles between yourself and your partner and saying, let's you take over this night. I need some time out. Like, I need this time to myself between this time and that time. Blocking out certain times, doing what's important for you, and body confidence, just looking in the mirror and loving yourself with whatever shape or size you are. And this is like, a journey. I'm not going to say that I'm 100% there myself yet, but it's just like learning to love yourself, whatever shape or size you are, and not saying, I'll feel better when I'm fitting into size X or Y, or, that number. Nobody can see that number except you. It's on the back of the label, and it's how you show up and how you feel. Also, I'm a mother of 2 girls, so I found it incredibly important to put myself first, to show them that it's okay to put yourself first, and mummy is important. I am not going to be someone that's on the side, that everyone else, we're all equal. And I want them to see that mummy takes time out. Mummy does take time for self-care. Mummy is important, because those subliminal messages will go feed into them, and when they grow up they can actually feel confident to do that for themselves as well.
Yeah, that's amazing that you thought to do that. And did that kind of just come, like, where did that thought come from, where you thought, I need to show my 2 girls how to care for themselves by you taking care of you?
I think because I realized that I wanted to help women, and then I realized, I am a mum of 2 girls. So I want to, as I'm telling other people, be confident and, look in the mirror, say I love you. So I've taught my girls to start doing that from a young age, because we have all these messages that we've been kind of saying to ourselves. And I think the hardest thing we find as adults is to look in the mirror, look into your own eyes and say that I love you exactly how you are, as you are, not when you get that promotion, or not when you lose that weight, or not when you've achieved, and just exactly as you are right now. And if my girls can do that right now, then they'll find it easier as they're older. So that's something that I just want to pass on to them.
Yeah, amazing. So I think that's not always something that we're taught from a young age, that we should consciously think about loving ourselves and self-care and all of these things that can actually help us to grow up and be a confident human being. So yeah, I love that you're doing that. And I think that's helpful for everyone to do with their children as well. And I know that you're obviously in business, and you're also a wife, also have your children. Like, how do you go about, I know you've touched a little bit on it, but like, how do you go about balancing like being a businesswoman with also having a family at the same time and also feeling good?
Yeah, so I mean, it's a juggle, and I'm not going to say, even as a stylist, like I don't look and feel like the best version of me every single day. There's days when I've got a greasy bun and I'm, in my leggings and running on the school run and don't look glamorous at all. I'm just sorry about that. I'm just real, like, I am a mum, I am a wife, I am, I have to go to Sainsbury's and I have to do my shopping, I have to do, the normal everyday chores. So, and I say that to my clients as well. It's not about looking glamorous every single day, but what I want, my goal for every single one of my clients is that they open up their wardrobe and they love every single item that they own. And that doesn't mean you have to wear like a ball gown to the school run, or, you don't have to wear like crazy ridiculous things. And for me, one of the number one things is comfort. I can't be bothered with heels anymore. I can't be bothered with clothes that need ironing, for example. I don't iron anything. I have a steamer which does the best job in the world. And yeah, it's just about ease and comfort for me, but still looking pulled together and, still representing who you are. So you still feel like, everyone has that one item in their wardrobe that they feel really great in. And if you think about that item of clothing, you're like, oh yeah, I love wearing that. That's my favorite dress, or, jumpsuit, or pair of trousers, or whatever it is, because it makes you feel good. Well, that feeling, I want that to transcend into every single item of clothing that you own, so that you feel good on a daily basis, because that like transcends into every area of your life as well. So it's not like I keep saying, it's not just about the clothes, but it's how it makes you feel.
You're absolutely right there. There are definitely those pieces in my wardrobe where I'm like, I would happily wear that every single day, but you obviously can't. You actually have to wash your clothes as well. So yeah, actually loving every single piece in your wardrobe. Yeah, I can see why that's really helpful. So you don't have lots of random little bits here and there that you don't feel great in, but you just wear them because you're like, oh, it's there, so I'm going to wear it. And you mentioned comfort as well. And have you seen a transition over the years where people have gone from like, where it's kind of like you have to be uncomfortable to look beautiful, where you are like wearing, it's really tight, like you've got your heels on. But now I feel like I've even seen this transition where people are wearing, like trying to actually be more comfortable. And that's actually really important. Like how has that transition looked for you, like over the years where you've actually been really, really immersed in it?
Yes, there's 100% been that transition. I think, a lot of my clients are lawyers, doctors, dentists, and some of them have a uniform, some of them don't. And a lot of them used to, like between 5 and 10 years ago, they used to only wear like blazers or suits and, really full on, like very professional clothes to the office every single day, whereas now it's a lot more about comfort. And I think COVID has a massive role to play with that as well, because we've all learned how to work from home, the power of the internet, the power of Zoom. And yeah, most people are just dressed up from the waist up, and then the bottom half is usually pajama bottoms or whatever they've got on underneath, which is fine. But I think wearing certain clothes for your role at work can really help with your productivity as well, because if you think about wearing a hoodie or wearing clothes that are, you know, like loungewear, you automatically kind of slouch, and you know, it changes your physiology. And when you wear like a blouse or a shirt or something that's a bit more, you know, or put a blazer on, and then you automatically kind of sit more upright, and that projects in your voice. It affects your productivity, it affects everything. So I think it is really important to have a dress code and dress for work. And even as a business owner, I make a point of dressing as much as I can when I'm client facing. Some days I'm like, okay, today I'm giving myself a break and I'm not going to, which is fine as well. But when I'm wanting to do something like, you know, a presentation or a masterclass or something, then I know that I have to dress the part. And I think it's important for others to also dress the part, because that's the role you're going into.
Yeah, amazing. And have you seen that with your clients as well? Has that been a topic of conversation where, because I know even for myself, where I work from home a lot, there have been days where I've been like, I'm just gonna like do it in my pajamas, or like I'm just gonna put a hoodie on, and you do actually not feel like as productive all of the time, but it is obviously more comfortable. So yeah, like has that been a common stance that you found, and what have you kind of suggested to them?
Yes, so I recently did a talk for a law firm, and it was about what they wear and productivity, the sales team, and it was, you know, obvious that everyone in the sales team was, you know, very dressed down, and you know, the theme had basically just got so to the point of very, very, very casual, and especially when they're at home. So you know, we kind of gave suggestions on how to still incorporate comfortable clothes, but you know, still have that work mode switched on. So I don't think there's anything wrong with you know, sometimes working in your pajamas or being in your loungewear. I love loungewear as well, but I think you can elevate your wardrobes slightly, and you know, get into that zone of, okay, you know what, I'm gonna get ready and do these certain things, because getting ready, so YSL said this quote that getting dressed is a form of self-care, and it's just like a huge kind of, I'm taking care of you, and I'm making an effort for myself to show up to do whatever it is. Even if you're not seeing anyone that day, you're just making an effort. Like I have sometimes the mums in the school playground are just like, oh, you're so dressed up, where are you going? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to the supermarket. But that's, you know, I make an effort because I want to for myself. And I think it just to make yourself feel good. And I saw this other quote as well that said, I get dressed up for myself, not for men, because you know, I don't own 48 shades of lipstick for a man. It's because I love having different shades of lipsticks, and I like to wear different colors. It's for me, you know. And I think that's just, yeah, it is a form of self-care, just getting ready every day and making that effort.
Yeah, amazing. And yeah, where you just touched on that actually, where like as a woman, I'm sure it's, I don't know, maybe it's the same for men. Sometimes I wish I could just hop inside a man's brain for a day to see what they think about. But like, would you say that is a commonality with your clients, that there is this, they almost dress a certain way to just impress the opposite sex, and sometimes it's actually not beneficial for them? Does that ever come into the realms of like when you're working with people?
Yeah, I mean, so everyone, like each of my clients come on an individual basis. Like I do have a lot of clients that come from postnatal depression. It's like a push present from their husband to say, right, go and have a styling experience. But yeah, I have had some ladies who have come to me to say, look, I'm ready to meet someone and start dating again, or, you know, and I want to look like the best version of me so I can attract the best partner, etc., which is fine, which is great. But I don't think it's not just about attracting the opposite sex. I think, you know, I've had clients who have had promotions after a styling experience. They've had they've been noticed in rooms where they felt like they were invisible. You know, it can really it's just about elevating your confidence and elevating the level of attraction of what you're attracting out there energetically, because when you're looking good, you're feeling good, and you're sending out a different vibration completely to when you're, you know, in your pajamas or in your loungewear and you're slouching and you're, you know, that can very quickly lead to depression and not feeling good and all of that. So I really think it's an important thing to dress up.
Yeah, for sure. And would you say overall, like, what are the main challenges? Like, so I know you've mentioned that you've worked with over like 1,800 clients, which is massive. Would you say, like, what would you say, like, the common challenges that group of people face, if there is like a few?
So, like I said, it is quite personal, but generally, I do get a lot of people saying that they feel stuck in a rut with their wardrobe. So they're just wearing the same things over and over again, and they're just bored. And I think there's a lot of new retailers out there, especially with online shopping, and people are just not sure where to turn, and they don't want to look like their teenage daughter, or they don't want to dress like a grandma, but they want something in between that's actually just, you know, makes them look and feel great about them. And I do like a really deep dive into understanding each person on an individual basis. So during my consultation, we do a psychometric test to understand their personality, and really understand who they are as a person, because I want you to dress like authentically to who you are, rather than throwing trends at you and saying, like, this is on trend and this color will look good on you. Because if you're a shy person, then there's no point me saying wear red, because you're not going to feel good in red. It may look good on you, but if you don't want that attention, then it doesn't make sense. And I think a lot of stylists miss that because they don't go into understanding who that person is. So I create the wardrobe around that person, that so they feel like, okay, this is really me. I really can't wait to, you know, show up as the best version of me.
Amazing. So what, like, alongside those points, what would you say are like the most important factors of having a personal stylist as opposed to someone kind of just being like, right, I want to change my wardrobe, where do I start? What would you say, like, the most important things about having a stylist?
So I think one of the most important things is understanding your body shape, because then you can actually find the shapes and styles that really like flatter your figure, help you to look and feel like the best version of you. And then also, like, I create a capsule wardrobe for each one of my clients. So my philosophy is actually less is more, and that might be ironic as a stylist, because, you know, most people think that I'm just going to make you shop and buy loads of things, but actually my goal is to for you to own less items. Like, I only own 104 items of clothing, and I'm that sad that I know exactly how many items of clothing I've got in my wardrobe. But I actually, you know, I've reduced it from thousands of items because I've worked in fashion all my life. I was always on that treadmill of having to buy the latest trend and like wearing the latest trends, and, you know, that's just never ending. And it's trends are a marketing ploy to just get you to keep buying more, and it's not great for your wallet or your wardrobe to have loads of clothes. It's actually better for you to have less clothes and wear them more often, which is my goal as a stylist, is you have less but you love it and wear it more often, because most people only wear 20% of their wardrobe and 80% is hanging there taking up time, space and energy. So what I want you to do is like actually extend that 20% so that it's 100, and get rid of the percentage of clothes that you don't want. Not all 80%, but the clothes that you don't really like or love. They're usually bought because you impulse bought in the sales, or you thought, oh, this one feels good, so I'll just buy 5 colors in that, or you've stuffed your wardrobe and then you're like, actually I don't even really like that, why did I buy that? Or there's some things hanging in there with the tags still on there because you bought it but you don't really like it, and it's just hanging there taking up time and energy.
Yeah, I think we're all guilty of that one. And so I am, where it's like, I could have all of this space, but I don't, because it's filled with clothes that I never wear. So yeah, that's really helpful. And are there any, like, for anyone, for those listening now, like, what tips could you give someone, like, quite quickly and readily, to say, if you're not feeling super confident, or like you are looking to like restyle your wardrobe, what are like some quick tips that people could do like right now to help them start feeling more confident and start wearing the things that make them feel good?
Okay, so some quick tips for your wardrobe. I would say get all your hangers in your wardrobe and get them to face the wall. So all of the hangers are all facing the same way, and then mark it on your calendar or your phone that this is the day that I've set this up like this. And then in a week's time or 2 weeks time, say put a note on your calendar to have a look at how many clothes you've worn. So during the week, as you take things out of your wardrobe, turn the hanger towards you. So then you'll be able to see, actually, I'm only wearing this much of my clothes and the rest of it is just hanging there, taking up time, space and energy. So you'll visually be able to actually see which clothes are, not really, serving you in that wardrobe. And then you can start refining that space of the things that you have. And in terms of a quick tip, in terms of getting dressed every day and all of that, I think wear your best clothes. Don't save it for a special occasion. Wear the sequins to Tesco's or Sainsbury's or whatever. It's Christmas anyway, so you've got the excuse. Express yourself through your clothes. Don't be afraid to wear something that's last season or whatever, because I think it's really nice to see individuals express themselves, rather than one influencer wearing one outfit and then having all these copycat people wearing the exact same outfit, and it's just boring. It's so I think it's really nice, like, to have the freedom to wear whatever you want and express yourself through your clothes. And just make that effort every day, because I think it's for you. It's a form of self-care, because it will make you feel good, not anyone else. It's just nice for you to look like great and feel great.
Yeah. And one other question that just popped to mind as you were voicing that out was, do you find that, I think often we can feel bored in the clothes that we're wearing, and we think that other people are going to perceive us as like, oh, like they don't look great. But then you'll get someone who'll be like, oh my gosh, I absolutely love your top. And you're literally like, I've had this for years and years. I've worn this so many times. I'm bored of it. But someone is saying how beautiful it is. Like, do you find that often?
Yeah, so I've got clothes in my wardrobe from like 10, 15 years ago, and I love those items, and I still get compliments on them. And I think it's nice, because it shows that you've picked a timeless, sorry, I feel like I'm going to sneeze, a timeless piece. And it's nice to have those items in your wardrobe. But if you feel like you're a bit bored of what you currently have, then I would highly encourage you to book a session, consultation. Most stylists, I do a free consultation. Most stylists do a free consultation, do a bit of background research, look at their case studies, and see what they can offer you, because most people think investing in a stylist is just for celebrities, or it's really expensive. But actually, if you think about how much money you've wasted on clothes that you don't wear, it's an investment that will last you a long time. Like, a lot of my clients stay with me long term because they're still wearing the clothes that I picked out for them 2 years ago, or a year ago, or whatever, because that's my goal, is that you wear those clothes more and more often, and then just you can inject a few new pieces to kind of freshen it up. And another thing I would advise you as well, with the January sales coming up, really ask yourself questions before you check out. Like, ask yourself the questions: do you love that product? Do you have anything that goes with that product already existing in your wardrobe, or do you have to buy something else to match it or to be able to wear it? Does it make you feel good? Like, when you've got it on, does it make you feel like really good about yourself? If it doesn't, then don't buy it, because honestly, it's not worth you having it in your wardrobe. And just because it's on sale doesn't mean it's a bargain. Like, also ask yourself, would you buy it at full price? That's one of the questions I say to my clients as well. Like, would you, if yes, it's on sale, but would you buy it at full price? If you were to invest in it, are you buying it just because of the 4-letter word that makes us all feel good, that dopamine fix of sale? And then you think, yeah, I've got a bargain. But actually, if you're never going to wear it and you've just hung it in your wardrobe, then it's not worth it. It's actually a waste of money.
Yeah, absolutely. I've definitely been guilty of that one as well. And then it's in your wardrobe. I never wore that.
I've done it as well. I've done it lots of times. So it's I've been there and done it, and I want to help my clients not to keep making those mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. Amazing. Well, we have got a couple more questions. They're 2 famous Fireside questions. So, if happiness was a cake for you, what would you put into it?
Oh my God. Self-care. Like, I think it's just super important. Self-care, self-love, and joy, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I think self-care is just so important. And I think especially with COVID and lots of things that have happened, I think there's so much awareness around mental health now. And I think we need to just look inside ourselves. Like, we're always scrolling, we're always switched on to lots of different things. It's actually just taking that time out for yourself. And yeah, even if it's a 5-minute meditation or a 5-minute reset for yourself, just to give yourself that time to switch off.
Yeah, amazing. I'm definitely with you on that. With the self-care, it's something that I've definitely tapped into, and actually, yes, since COVID as well. It's, seems to be something that people are trying to do more of. Maybe it's where we had that rest in COVID, and then like trying to actually continue with that. Amazing. And then our last question for you is, so you're sat around the fireside with all of the other Fireside Whispers guests. What is one piece of wisdom that you would share?
Okay, I would probably say enjoy yourself today. Like, just enjoy who you are as you are right now. Love yourself for who you are and as you are, exactly as you are right now.
I love that. I love that. Again, something I've definitely been trying to tap into more recently. So I think that's, super important. And thank you so much for this interview. It's been amazing. I know that I've learned lots. I know that our listeners will as well. And where can people find you? So on socials, if they wanted to work with you, where can they find you? And is there anything else that you'd like to add on?
Yeah, as I was saying, the self-care thing, I actually just thought that that when you're thinking about self-care, I think we should all just carve out 5 minutes a day. And one thing that popped up was I saw a picture of myself in my 20s, and I remember I was on a yacht, I was in a bikini, and I was really self-conscious of myself, and I was like covering myself up. And now I'm looking back at that picture and thinking, wow, I looked amazing. Like, what was my problem? Why was I doing that to myself? And I think it's really interesting from retrospective to think, actually, you know what, I could look back in 20 years from now and look at myself and think, what was I complaining about? So be conscious of your thoughts, you know, when you're looking in the mirror, when you're, you know, doing your makeup or getting dressed, be conscious of what you're saying to yourself, because, you know, try and switch it around and make it positive, because we're kind of programmed to be quite negative about ourselves. And I think just try and realize that actually you look incredible, you know, switch it over. Instead of saying, oh, I don't like this about myself, no, this is amazing, oh my god, my eyebrows are great, or whatever you can think of. But yeah, do that.
Yeah, I love that, looking at the positives. As you said, we're very good at looking for the negatives in each and every day of our lives. And yeah, we definitely need to get into the habit of looking at the more positive things about who we are as people and where we are in life, because we're all doing well.
Exactly. Yeah, and practicing gratitude is something I do with my daughters as well every day. Even if it's 3 things, we play a gratitude game, and we're just like, okay, I'm grateful for this today, I'm grateful for, you know, a hot chocolate, even if it's the smallest thing, but it just switches your mindset. So it's so important. In terms of how you can find me at Stylist Academy London. That's my Instagram. My TikTok is at Stylist Academy. My Facebook is Stylist Academy as well. And yeah, you can feel free to DM me, and you can book a free consultation with me.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you so much
Brianne.
for being on the show today. So yeah, I'll look forward to continuing watching you on social media. I already had a look through, saw lots and lots of good tips there. So yeah, that's amazing. I love what you're putting out there for people.
Thank you so much, Rhiannon. It was a pleasure. Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.